Hey everybody, Bobby Mar here. Welcome to my morning chat on Facebook. Today I want to talk about, and again, I appreciate your time. I appreciate you being here. If you like what you're hearing, by all means, like and share and comment below. I'd love to hear more about what you have to say. Today I'm going to talk about my third, part three in a series on the power of connection. I want to focus on relationships, so partner or intimate relationships, marriages, things like that. And today I'm going to talk about what are the four main big challenges, the biggest issues when it comes to partner relationship or intimate relationships. And again, are you in a relationship? Are you married? Do you have a boyfriend or girlfriend? What are some of the challenges you're having in your relationships? I talked to a lot of people over the last 20 years about their relationship problems. And it always comes down to the four big things. And I'm going to talk about what those are. But what do you think they are? Like, what do you think are the biggest challenges? Whatever you think they are, comment below. Let me know, because I want to hear from you in terms of what you think are the biggest challenges people have in their intimate relationships. So I'm going to start with but I'm going to summarize the four, and then I'm going to talk about each one in detail. Or maybe I'm actually going to talk about one of them in particular. So the four biggest things that people have challenges with their relationships is number one, or actually it's based on how they break up. So when couples break up, whether it's a marriage or whether it's an intimate relationship or a boyfriend girlfriend, when they break up, what happens? Well, essentially, there's four things that happens. Either it's an issue of communication, it's an issue of finances, it's an issue of sex, or it's an issue or intimacy, or it's an issue of division of labor. So what that means is, so when it comes to division of labor, one person is feeling bad about. One person's feeling bad about, well, I do all the house cleaning and you do nothing, and so they get bitter and they don't really talk about it. Or another person feels bad; they're overwhelmed with doing all the taxes, the finances, or someone's doing the earning. It's all this work and taking care of the kids, and then the husband or wife just sits there, does nothing. So the partner says it does nothing. That's one thing. So that's division of labor. Division of labor, it doesn't feel equitable. It feels unfair, and so people get really upset. That's first one. Then the second one, of course, is finances. Money troubles. Either couples aren't managing their finances really well, or someone's paying for everything, someone's paying for nothing. Someone's earning everything, someone's earning nothing. Someone doesn't like the other person earning more than they are, or just they're spending. No one's controlling the budget. No one's spending money on the right things. And so it gets to be a big problem for people. So finance is the second reason why couples break up in really bad fashion. The third thing, of course, is sex and intimacy, which is the bedroom where the intimacy is not good. One's a cold fish. When there's not enough PDA, not enough affection. There's people that are not they're not satisfied in different ways, whether it's in public or whether it's in the bedroom or whatever it might be. But or even at home, just even a loving touch or a thoughtful gesture or any sort of intimacy, that's something that builds up and breaks people apart. And then the fourth one, of course, is communication. And communication is the one that is actually the most important, because they don't feel like they can talk about stuff. They can't talk about things. They don't know what to say. They don't know how to share their comments on whatever's bothering them. And so if the four things are sex, finances, division of labor, and communication, the number one is communication. Why? Because you can't talk about sex, you can't talk about finances, and you can't talk about division of labor. You can't talk about those things. And so the real biggest thing is communication. You can't talk about those things. And that's where marriages and relationships, intimate relationships, fall apart. Now, and that'll lead into the second, and again, if you have comments on this, by all means, comment below. Let me know what you think about this. Tell me where you're struggling. But I really think the root cause is communication. We can't say these things or talk about these things. Now, what's the solution? Actually, the solution is communication. One of the things I've learned over the years is that if you want to improve your marriage or your relationships, your intimate relationships, it really starts with communication. You have to be able to talk about that stuff. And that includes the big things or the small things. Like the big things, I want to improve our finances, or I want to improve our intimate life. I want to improve, I want to have more kids, or I want to have less kids. If you can start talking about those things, you're going to be in a much bigger situation. And every time people come to me, like, I'm having a problem with my boyfriend, girlfriend, I'm having a problem with my husband or wife, he's not great in the bedroom, or she doesn't do her part in the division of labor, or he or she's not managing the finances well. the key to all of this is you have to put it on the table. You can't leave it inside. You have to and get it out there. And the thing is, once you get it out there and you're talking about it, you put it on the table and then let them process and manage it and respond. Now, you have to do it in a way that is respectful, polite, loving. You can't do it in a way that's, oh, you're never doing it. No, you have to kind of do, you know what? I've noticed this. So what you do is you focus on the behavior, you notice this action or behavior, and then you tell someone how it feels. Now, it can be something big like, you know what? I know, here's a big one. I know we decided not to have children, but I'm really feeling the need to, I'm thinking I might want to have kids. What do you think? And then you put it out there. And that's a big matzo ball, right? So that's a big one. Kids or no kids? Whoa. Then there are small ones like, I'll use a silly one like the proverbial sock. There's always a sock on the floor and you never pick it up and it bothers me. Now, what you say is like, I've noticed that you left your socks on the floor and they often I have to pick it up and it makes you feel like I'm doing. Thanks, Lou. I appreciate your kind words about great insights. That's nice. So you leave your socks there, and I always have to pick it up, and it makes you feel like I have to spend more time on the labor part, division of labor, than you do. And so you put it out there, and then let them respond, and they're gonna say, well, you know what? I don't care too bad. Well, then okay, you have your answer in terms of how they respond, or they say, you know what? I'm sorry, or they may take a couple of days to respond to you. I mean, some people get upset when you bring stuff up right away, and so you have to give them time to process. But at a certain point, you want to get a response. You want to have them to engage you and say something. And so what is their response? So you have to, and again, when these things happen, whether they're big or small, you have to put them on the table and let them process. They may come back with, well, here's what I think. And then you have a chance to respond to whatever they say. They may decide, I don't want to do anything. And they'll say, well, you know what? I'm looking for some sort of compromise. Is there any place you can meet me halfway or even part of the way? And then put out there. Now, if it's a loving relationship, every loving relationship, both parties want to make things better. Both parties want to communicate more. Both parties want to make all the different areas, division of labor, finances, intimacy, everything better. So if you bring it up and it's the right person, they will and should respond. And if they don't, then that's a whole entirely other issue. Then now you're having problems communicating and being equal as a couple. And so that's going to be a point where, you know what, maybe we need counseling to help us figure some of this stuff out. And let me be very clear on counseling. Counseling is not a failure. Counseling is the desire to say, listen, I want to make things better. You can have an amazing relationship, but maybe one aspect could be better. So counseling can help you do that. I mean, I get fitness coaching. I get business. I'm a good businessman, but I still get business coaching. I have a good relationship, but I still get relationship coaching. Like I'm a strong-minded person, but I still get personal coaching or personal counseling. There's nothing wrong with that. It's about trying to strengthen things. You want to be better communicators. You want to be better as partners because no one's perfect. If you think you're perfect, you're deluding yourself. No one's perfect. Everyone has issues. So communication is the big key here. You have to find a way to just put it out there. Do it in a loving, politeful, responsible way. And then the right person, if they're a right loving partner, will respond hopefully in the right way. And if they don't, again, that's an issue you can communicate about and talk about and try to work on how should we respond and maybe come up with parameters for how you should communicate. You can both agree that what we'll do is we'll cite the behavior, we'll cite how it makes us feel, and then we'll ask the other person for their thoughts first before making any sort of suggestions for change. So I hope you find that helpful. I'm doing this because I'm trying to get people engaged into talking about connection, and I'm thinking about starting a Facebook group called The Power of Connection. If you're interested, let me know. Comment below. Let me know if you're interested, and I want to talk about everything aspect of connection. So connection with your partners, relationships, connection with your kids, connection with your parents, connection with your business colleges, business networking, professional, small business, entrepreneur, any type of connection with the self. Any type of connection is what my Facebook group is going to be about. And I'll be sharing content. I'll invite people to share their content, to ask questions, so that we can all get better at this. Because isn't it better to invest in being at better connecting with yourself and with other people, whether it's personal or professional? I think so. So I'll be here every day. If you have any other comments or any topics or questions for topics tomorrow or the day after, please put them below, comment below. I'd love to hear them, and I will try to do them every morning around 9 a.m. All right? Thanks so much. Have yourself a great day.